chief of Detroit and Michigan gubernatorial candidate, James Craig. James, welcome to the show. If you were running a big city anywhere in America right now, would you do that? Would you take that kind of action, not stopping people?
Absolutely. You know, Stuart, this is bad public safety policy. It's ridiculous. You know, I've served in law enforcement for 4 decades plus. One stop that I remember vividly, I stopped a late model Cadillac. I was a sergeant for a minor infraction. As it turned out, that vehicle was involved, the suspects inside of that vehicle were involved in a carjacking, a felonious assault on the individual who was severely injured. Had it not been for the traffic stop, that would have been an unsolved crime. So this professor who makes statements that these stops don't necessarily lead to solving homicides, for example, I disagree. They can, not always, but they can. Now, let's face it, profiling, stopping someone based solely on race is wrong. So, like in many cities, document the stop. Sometimes law enforcement gets it right, sometimes we don't. Explain to the motorist, I stopped you for the following reasons. Look, people who live in vulnerable neighborhoods want effective constitutional policing. And as I know it, making a traffic stop can lead to an arrest of a serious offender.
Okay.
That's legal.
Well, James, can I just expand this out a little bit? Give me the big picture here. The White House, we've got a crime increase. We know it. It's very visible. There's a crime increase. You can call it a spike if you like. The White House is blaming increased crime on COVID. What's your response to that?
Another ridiculous statement. Now, admittedly, when the pandemic struck, ironically, at the same time, we saw an increase in violent crime. We didn't know. Maybe it was because of the impact to mental health. But as time went on, there was another pandemic brewing. Anti-police, the so-called failed bail reform, everything you see going on today, these smash and grab robberies, that situation that happened in Chicago at a high-end auto retailer. He's fed up. He said, hey, I voted for the mayor, but she's not protecting my business interests. So the pandemic I'm talking about is rogue prosecutors, judges who are failing with bail reform. That's what's driving violence in our cities. It has nothing to do with the pandemic. Because one thing individuals who are involved in crime know, there are less consequences today, or no consequences today. This is why you see the spike in crime all over our country in many places.
You are a Republican, and as I understand it, you're going to be in the Republican primary for the gubernatorial race in Michigan. You'll be going up against Gretchen Whitmer. Have I got that right? Okay.
Yes, that is exactly right. So your viewers can certainly go to chiefjamescraig.com.
Got it. I figured they would. Come back on the show before the primary and afterwards, too. Let's see how the race is going in Michigan. James, thanks for being with us today. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
And thank you so much. Appreciate you, Stuart.
You got it.